Welcome student. Today we will be discussing about the topic size reduction equipment. Here the size reduction equipment, first of all we will be discussing in the way different options are there. So first option what is called the mode of operation. Mode of operation when we will discuss that is of two types, batch operated, another is the continuous operated. And when we will classify in terms of force applied, that is impact, another is called compression. When it is in terms of impact, so impact at one surface or it is between the particles. Another is the compression between two solid surface. When it is, this is of two types, one is crushing, another is grinding. Now the size of feed and product, depending on this category, we can classify it in three categories. That one is your coarse crusher, another intermediate crusher, fine crusher or grinder, another ultra fine grinder. Here first part is coming to the part coarse crusher. Coarse crusher is about that is size, particle size of 50 to 5 millimeter range of the product size will be there. So here the range is basically from the large feed size to 50 to 5 millimeter product size. And the example if we discuss, that is about jaw crusher, gyratory crusher, cone crusher, crushing rolls. And second category is intermediate crusher, which is having the size range of 50 to 5 millimeter to 5 to 0.1 millimeter product size is there. And under this category, having different example like roller mill, cage mill, and hammer mill. And fine crusher or grinder having the size of 5 to 2 millimeter to 200 mesh size. So here the very lower size particle. So in that case, screen size generally we prefer, that is up to 200 mesh. An example if we talk about like a ball mill, rod mill, attrition mill, pulverizer, these are the different example under the fine crusher or grinder. And ultra fine grinders of having two types, and the particle size which we are generally prefer for this ultra fine grinder process, that is 6 millimeter to 1 to 50 micrometer. And under this category, like your fluid energy mill, one example is there like that it is. And the last category what is called the cutting, in terms of process what is called cutting, generally 2 to 10 millimeter range, but your particle size when generally required, in that case we can apply cutting machine. And example like your knife, cutter or scissor like that. So these are the different examples which are coming under the cutting machine. So these are the different category. Now we will be will discuss now different what are the selection criteria to be choose during choosing a size reduction equipment. In that case, I have listed here total 11 criteria that should be checked before using any type of size reduction equipment. So one by one if we discuss, it should produce the materials of desired shape and size, or the size distribution your desired. Mean what is the ultimate product size and what is the your raw material we need, we will apply here. So this is the first criteria. Another is the shape is also a matter. Second criteria is there, that is it should accept the maximum input size expected. Maximum input size, whether it is, because generally when we talk about the size of the different size range of particle, so it is not a specific size in here. In that case it is a rather it is a range of particle is there. In that case, whether it can accept the maximum input size or not. Another is called it should have a large capacity. So this is always preferable for any types of equipment we use, whether it can use for the can be used for the large capacity application or not. Then the fourth option is the whether it is choking is the option is there, then it is not preferable. So choking option should not be there, or plugging option should not be there. It should operate economically with minimum supervision and maintenance. That is always desirable criteria. And next, the sixth one is the power input per unit weight of product should be small. Means when we will do the power calculate the power consumption for the size reduction, it should be always smaller in your quantity. It should be dependable and have prolonged service life. Service life means your whenever we will purchase any type of your equipment for the size reduction purposes, in that case always we have to choose this criteria is very important, whether it is service life is more or not. Always it is preferable higher service life. And next criteria is there, the replacement parts should be readily available. Suppose we have purchased some equipment long day before. Now whenever some problem is coming or any type of parts which is to be replaced again, whether that part is available or not. So we have to during choosing that size reduction equipment, that has to be focused on also whether anytime if some part is available we can get it or not. Next criteria is the initial fixed cost as well as the operating cost. Initial fixed cost, generally it is the purchasing cost of the equipment along with some other cost involved, and the operating cost is nothing but the cost which involve day-to-day operation purposes. What is the recurring, what we can say is the recurring cost also day-to-day operation. And the 10th criteria is it should be easy and safe to operate. Whether we can easily operate this or not, and whether it is safely used or not, that also a criteria. And next part is what is called, it should be a versatile one. When it is we are talking about versatile one means the whether we can use it is for the specific purposes or it is for some variety of purposes, versatile way in different application oriented area can we apply or not. So this is also a major criteria that should be included. Now we are coming to the part specifically some size reduction equipment discuss now. Like your first we are coming to the part jaw crusher. So jaw crusher, it is generally consist of two crushing faces or faces mean jaw is one of them is fixed vertically to the frame and another is one is your movable one, which is either pivoted at the top or at the bottom. So which one is movable? So there is the option either it is pivoted top or bottom. This is there. Now depending on this arrangement of jaw crusher, classify about the two category. In movable jaw, how it is fixed. Depending on that, having of two category, one is black jaw crusher and another is the dodge one. So black jaw crusher, in that case, movable jaw is hinged at the top. So so that the greatest movement at the bottom is given to the smallest lump is possible. And dodge one, when which one is dodge one, the movable jaw is pivoted and giving minimum movement of the jaw. And always the second type, what is called the dodge type is your least word least, because which is available in the fixed in the top, mean hinge like one in the top. So in that case it is flexible one, so black type is always preferable one. Now coming to the part specifically, if we talk about black jaw crusher operating principle, how it is actually working. Principal operation is being the it followed the compression and there are no rubbing or grinding option is available. And construction working about, if we discuss, it is a V type opening at the top, and generally material which are generally preferable here is the manganese steel or your abrasion resistant, and that your criteria to be followed. And here the fixed jaw crusher, which is the your angle to be maintained is about 20 to 30 degrees. And depending upon the number of toggles, it is of two types, single your double one toggle crusher is it is used. And this is the schematic way, one is your single type, another is your double toggle crusher is there. And here the material which is fed through the hopper section, then it is fed and the product is coming in this direction, and the double toggle crusher is there. In that case the product is also coming in this direction is there. And some criteria to be maintained also, speed should not be very high, so that the size reduction will be easy. And this is the schematic figure, jaw crusher are widely applied in the crushing operation is there, and different parts are there which have been shown here, different parts in details. It has been shown here in this schematic. Now coming to the second size reduction equipment, what is called the roll crusher. And roll crusher, you can see this schematic is there the product raw material which are given at that point, and after the size reduction the particle is going towards the downward direction, and depending on the operation, means your number of rolls which are present, it is of a single roll cursor, another is called double roll cursor. When it is a single roll cursor generally operating based on the impact, shear and compression mechanism actually it is working. And this is the single row cursor. When we are talking about the primary, used as a primary cursor generally used for the first time, means your when you, the particle size is very high, in that case first your time we will use that primary cursor, that is a single roll cursor used generally. And the rotation of the roll carries the material into the crushing chamber, formed between the breaker plate and in the roll itself. As the turning roll compresses the material against the stationary breaker plate, and teeth on the roll shear the material. Industrially, where it is used, generally it is used for the your crushing of the petroleum coke, coal or limestone or phosphate, or these application purposes generally it is. Now coming to the part double roll cursor, and this is one figure it is given here, double roll cursor. Here the primarily accompanied by the compression mechanism it is followed, and it is consist of two heavy metal rolls of equal diameter placed horizontally, and the rolls mounted on the heavy shaft here. And this is the different types of roll tooth patterns are there, like your trapezoid form, slugger, and trapezoid your forms are there. So these are the different your structural pattern of the roll tooth. Now coming to the when we are that is the one schematic is there, when two rolls it is working together there. So this is the schematic how actually it is working, and the speed of the roll varies from about 50 to 300 rpm, and the machines give a reduction ratio of 4 to 1 generally it is preferable here. And where actually it is used, industrial application if we talk about, this is generally used for the crushing of oil seed, coal, phosphate rock, abrasive materials, lime and limestone application purposes. And selection of the crushing rolls and angle of nip we talk about here, the size of the feed dependent, size of the product dependent, and amount of material to be handled. So depending, these are the different selection criteria to be maintained here. Now coming to the next your size reduction equipment, what is called a ball milling operation. So ball milling operation here, the reduction mechanism is the nothing but the impact here, and number of balls are given in the hollow cylinder, which is a conical shell. It is having the conical shell, and the MOC of this shell is line steel or with approximately half full of the steel balls are given here, and there is a particular option for opening at the end, and the product leads through the similar opening at the other end actually. And this is all about the how actually movement during the ball milling operation, how the movement of the balls are happening, that is happening here. And if we talk about the length and diameter of the ball mill, so that shell part will be L by D ratio should be generally preferable 1 to 1.5 is to 1 range is there. And the diameter of the balls generally preferable 12 to 125 millimeter range is there. And these are some other criteria, like your optimum ball diameter is nearly proportional to the square root of the size of the feet, and proportional to the constant sonority constant function of nature of the material to the ground. Now the thing is about the low speed we can maintain slight speed, or it can increase the speed further also. So depending on that one criteria, what is called the minimum speed is required, and there is another parameter which is applicable here, critical speed of the ball operation. Next size reduction equipment we are coming to the part what is called ultrafine grinder. Ultrafine grinder, this is generally preferable for the fine particles of about 1 to 20 micrometer range, and ultrafine grinding of the dry powder is done by the grinder such as high speed hammer mills and by fluid energy or gel mill is there. Ultrafine wet grinding is done in agitated mill generally. And the next one we are using, that is your fluid energy mill. That is the last size reduction equipment we are discussing here, fluid energy mill. So in this case, this means the particles are suspended in high velocity gas stream is used here. In that case, the feed which is given in this direction, and the air or your air which is passing to the bottom, and now this is the operation zone, and ultimately what the product is coming, that product can be collected from this section is there. So from this section we can collect the ultimate final size product we can obtain from there. So this is all about the overall size reduction equipment for different application, and thank you.